don't want to be recorded, let me know. So let me just start by welcoming everybody and thank you for joining our Zoom today, our Midsummer Health Reset. So some of us here vets, some of us have been doing this for a while. Some people are just have just started this last month. Some people are just about to start and some people are considering it. So this is a really nice mix of people and you're in a safe space. A lot of us have gone through a lot of hard things with our health, me in particular, I can speak for myself, and have found incredible relief with these products. And so, we'll be sharing, some of us will be sharing our stories. And we also have some wonderful facilitators of this group who are really incredible people who are offering just on their own volition some things to the container. I'll be sharing face yoga. Candace will be sharing an embodiment practice, which she'll talk about. Tal here is going to be sharing workouts. These are all just people volunteering to contribute to the container. And you'll hear from all of them. And Azenia is going to be contributing meditations. So lots of beautiful things to experience. So I want to go back to hearing from anyone who's new. If you'd like to share any inspirations or experiences that you've had, if you've had a great reset and you want to share that, I would love to hear from you. Or if you're somebody who's just kind of woo, checking it out and kind of curious questions, please share your voice. Just jump on, you can unmute yourself and jump on. I'm tempted to call on Stacy because we just literally talked about your story and it's really incredible. And I don't mean to put you on the spot, but Stacy, how do you feel? Would you be open to sharing your experience? It's a powerful story.
Sure, I'll just relocate myself. It's a little noisy downstairs.
All right. Thank you for being brave.
Okay. Well, I started about 4 months ago, and I had I just felt awful, beyond awful. And I have a heart condition, so and had open heart surgery. I'm trying to condense my story here a little. Had open heart surgery, and from that I had really bad symptoms, a ton of inflammation, everything. I just felt every part of my body just hurt. So I came across a post and decided I was going to change. So the first 5 days were hard because I was a sugar addict. It's really hard. Was sick a few times, taking all the impurities out of my body. And then I had brain fog a little bit. And then probably by day 5, I was like, okay, things are clearing up. I can move my hands. My legs don't hurt. And then probably I noticed big time by day 15, I was bouncing on my toes. I was like, I got to do something here. I got to get out. I've got to, I just found myself, I was making my morning shakes and I was like, I had Eminem playing in the background and I'm kind of jumping around a little. And then my kids started to notice things I wasn't irritated. I wasn't snappy. I had to just go. I started walking my dog 2 to 3 times a day. It was incredible. It was it just flipped. And then I felt nothing. I felt everything before, the wind, going by my arm, I could feel. I was hot, my skin was hot and red and it was gross. But then now it was I felt nothing. I went from everything to absolutely nothing, which is weird to say, but it's a good thing. So I almost owe everything to this transformation, honestly. And I've been I'm over 150 days without sugar.
Wow.
And 150 days without feeling amazing. It's I don't know. I just can't help but share it. And it gives me chills every time I talk about it.
Oh, thank you. That is incredible. So beautiful. the amount of pain that you reduced is just so incredible. And it's so common too, that I hear this all the time, people's pain disappearing. You know, Tall also has an amazing story similar to yours. And I think, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but let's move to Tall. Tall's going to be offering some workouts. There she is in her gym at home. Look at this beautiful place she's created at her home. Like, she has a CrossFit gym at her house. She teaches CrossFit. And when I met her, she was an interior designer, really struggling with her health. And she was just not even work. She was not an active athlete the way she is now. So I mean, this is a real testament of the products, that you got so much energy that suddenly you're like this athlete, this like totally, you know, hardcore athlete. So tell us, Tall, what happened?
Oh my God, you're so right. It was a total 180 back then. Yeah, first of all, I want to say thank you to Stacy for sharing your experiences. I mean, this is, you're right, it's hard to start. And but now that you can see that clearness happening for you, I'm really, really excited. I have goosebumps just like listening to you. It just really got me all verklempt, because it's my story too, you know. Like Rachel was saying, I was pretty miserable. I was pretty stressed out, and I was very sick, and didn't really understand how sick I was until I wasn't sick anymore. So, you know, the realization once you start flooding your body with pure nourishment, the way that things open up, and the way that your life sort of just all of a sudden reality hits you in a more real way. It's just really, it's a really blessed experience to have. And so, yeah, I had every kind of ailment. I was not in a good place at all. And I was also 100 pounds overweight. So for me to start was just really, you know, accepting the trust and the faith that a friend had in me more than I had for myself, because I really didn't think it was going to work at all. And she was gun ho, and she was like, I'm going to be there to support you. We have a community to support you. We're going to hold you tight. Don't worry, no one's going to let you go. And I was like, all right, whatever, let's see. And just like Stacy expressed, for me, it was on day 3 that I realized that my joints could move without having to do the rotations in the bed. I could actually get up and move. So I knew then that I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. I was able to release 13 different medications. 7 of them were prescribed. So I was using them daily, sometimes twice a day. I was a really good doctor's patient. I was a good girl, did everything that my doctors told me, but nothing ever seemed to solve the problem until I started nourishing my cells. And really sort of the biggest surprise for me was losing weight in a way that didn't make me feel miserable. It didn't make me feel deprived. I didn't feel like I was lacking anything. I was really surprised with how much energy I had. So much so that after my first year of losing 45 pounds, I decided to join a CrossFit gym. Never done CrossFit before, never done weightlifting before. I was an athlete when I was much younger, but that athlete life had disappeared, especially moving to the US and starting a family. But I thought, whatever, I'll just try it, right? You know, I was like experimental now. So I could do anything, right? I had this new body that was like ready to roll. And so I fell in love with CrossFit, like after the first class, after I could walk again, then I fell in love with it. And then became co-owner of that gym. And through COVID, of course, we had to shut the doors on that. But like Rachel was saying, I made lemonade and opened up my own gym in my house, actually right outside my house on my side yard, 1,200 square feet in Los Angeles. We just did an amazing workout under the sun. It was so fantastic, full class. And yeah, I'm just really, really loving life. And I live these products every single day. And I will forever be Purium, because I know that when I don't have it in my body, there's a massive difference. So people always ask, you know, do you have to be dependent? Am I going to have to be dependent on this? You know, how long do I have to do this? Like, is it just 30 days and then can I just cancel after that? And I'm always like, well, why? Why would you want to stop a good thing, right? If it feels so good and you're doing so good with it, why would you ever want to stop? I'm down 83 pounds, guys. 83 pounds. So I'm almost at my goal and I'm feeling amazing and very grateful.
Congratulations, Tall. Really, it's been wonderful to watch you grow. It's incredible, just like how everything has evolved from you feeling good in your body, that suddenly you started emanating so much energy, and then you completely changed your career. Everything shifted for you. You know, when we feel good in our bodies, we start feeling empowered to make changes in our life. And that's why I think this nutrition is so important. And just briefly about myself, I was struggling with Hashimoto's for 9 years, and I had adrenal fatigue, I had brain fog, I was overweight, I was struggling with all the things, and I was addicted to sugar. And I was eating healthy. I mean, I was eating organic, even though I was addicted to sugar. It was still like, you know, you can still have processed food all the time and it's not good for you. Even if it's vegan and organic, right? You can still like not be eating all the right things. But this really, the reason this worked, as I learned, because I went and studied with the founder, Dave Sandoval, after a while, I realized that my liver wasn't clean, and that the reason this worked is because it cleans the liver. And when the liver is clean, we stop craving sugar. We stop craving sugar, and guess what? All addictions hijack the sugar craving, including cigarettes, drugs, everything. And so I've seen people have support for recovering from all different kinds of things. And so this is really, you know, a support for helping people letting go of cravings and creating a new lifestyle. I always say, put this stuff in and don't worry so much about trying to take things out. Like if people get scared of like, I'm gonna have to take things out, it's like, just put this in, because this is going to just nourish your body so that it's easier to let go of stuff. 10 days in, the first 10 days, you're just basically adding this stuff in once a day. By the end of those 10 days, the cravings and stuff start to dissipate. And you start to have more energy, and it starts to give you, the nutrition actually gives you some motivation to continue and then do the next 10 days, which is the 10-day cleanse. And then that cleanse is incredible. The amount of energy I had on that 10-day cleanse, few days in, my brain fog was gone, my adrenal fatigue was gone, and all I wanted to do was work out, just like you. I just wanted to work out. And I'd never been a gym rat or anything like that. And so I started going to the gym, I started working out. And then as some of you know, I went on to compete. I became a competitive bodybuilder. I won first place, my first show. And then I won the Pro Championship International. And it's just been like this incredible, like, what the heck is next? Like, what else can I do? You know? So I'll talk a little bit about the products for those of you who are just beginning. Well, I'll break them down so you kind of understand why this works so effectively and what we use for the nutrition. But a couple of voices I want to hear. I want to bring Candace on, because really this is actually her event. She was the one who initiated this and was inspired, like, let's do a Midsummer Health Reset. And she's just a lovely new friend that I met through Purium. And she has had, you know, some health challenges and is working her way through it, and has begun and has decided that she wants to share this with people. And she's also offering the embodiment practice to the reset. So I'm going to hand the mic over to you, lovely Candace. Thank you for being here. Thank you for initiating this.
Yes, hold on. I'm trying to turn off my, there we go. All right. So, hi, I'm blind and I have to use an alien in order to use my device. So thank you for bearing with me, and thank you for having me here. It's been nice hearing everyone's experiences and the different benefits that everyone has had. I feel like I'm fairly new to Purium itself, but not to trying to find good health and in an easy way, especially now as a newly blind person. It is hard getting my basic food needs met, and then like the really healthy, awesome stuff I want, like it's just impossible for me to even fathom that I could prepare that. So having this stuff accessible to me, awesome sauce. And I also have an extensive history pre age 21 of lots of drugs and alcohol, including being born to parents that were taking in a lot, and I had open heart surgery at a year old. And I also had hepatitis due to my own drug usage. So my body has needed a lot of cleansing, and my body got really tired really early. And I thought I was in full-blown menopause, thought I was done at 36. And now, since doing these products, my moon cycle, my menstrual cycle has came back. And so I'm still like figuring all this out, and yeah, happy to be here. And when I say an embodiment practice, it could look a lot of different ways. Essentially, I am intending to bring forth practices and tools to help us be more in our body, help us to love our body, help us to listen to our body. Like when we're trying to find those flex foods, or for me as a very thin person, you know, I had to make sure I was getting the appropriate amount of foods during my detox. I'm not looking to lose weight. I'm trying to gain and maintain. And so I really have to be in tune. And, you know, admittedly, recently, I got some organic vegan cookies. And yeah, no, they were not good for my body. And my body told me. So really happy you brought that up too. Thank you.
Thank you, Candace. Congratulations. Just like Candace, I too had lost my period and it came back. So it's pretty extraordinary as a woman. It's very heartbreaking if we start to lose our moon cycle early. It has a lot of different meanings. And, you know, we feel, I personally can say that, like, as a woman, you know, I've always felt the pressure, like I'm meant to bear children. And so when my cycle ended early, I was like, oh my God, I don't have that option anymore. So, you know, it really is a huge impact when that time comes, especially if it comes too early. We're still considering it. So, yeah, it's huge. I've heard a doctor say that a fertility doctor say that fertility is a sign of health. That if we have our fertility, we have our health, and that if we want our fertility, we just need to improve our nutrition to get our health back. So there you go. Ruben, I'm going to invite you to the mic. He just came on board. Ruben has had some incredible experiences, not just for himself, but his mom. He has men in his downline, around his downline. He has got people, you know, who've had various challenging health issues. And Ruben, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about just how you've supported your mom's experience and your downline's experience, some of the experiences that men may have with these products. I would love if you could share some of that. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, sure. Hey, thanks, Rachel, for having me on, and I hope my internet's not too spotty. I'm out here house sitting on a farm, so got some animals in the background making their noise, doing their thing. Hi, Tall. And team. So yeah, for me, what I'm noticing, I'm a goer. So like, I'm just pushing and moving all the time. And like, before I started the products, like I was just super tired. Like I was still doing all the things, but I was physically just always tired. Like it was hard for me to stay up in the evenings. I get up at 4 a.m. and just be like dragging by like noon. And started taking the product. Like I pretty much had to pull on Jessica's leg to like let me join the team and like get on, because I was all excited. And she was like, dude, you got so much going on, like hold off a little bit. And I was just so excited. So I'm glad to be on the team, for one. And then in my journey taking the product, like I was realizing how focused I became, and like the fatigue in my body literally is gone. Like I'm still hustling, I'm still pushing, I'm still, you know, working throughout the days, and like my body is actually like recovering as I'm doing it. It feels like it doesn't, like, yeah, sure, you know, like I'll have little pains here and there if like I'm, you know, literally like shoveling all darn day, but like it's way less than it was. I've heard from several of my coworkers that I actually look younger than I am, which I always get stoked for. I mean, I'm 41 now, and some of the, like, I work with some younger cats and they're like, oh dude, you're not a day over like 28, 30. And I'm like, winning. And so it's like, you know, I like hearing that. So that's just been a huge perk. I was so excited about it that I had to get my mom on. And like, this story for me is where it really lands. Like, my mom, like, she takes care of my nieces 2 days a week, and she's wiped. She was wiped after taking care of them. They're little 2-year-olds just running around, and my mom would be wiped out for like the next day or two. And so I was like, Mom, like, are you interested in doing this? And so then as I got on, she got on. And the days coming on, like, she wasn't like, how do I do this, mijo? You know, like, wasn't sure like what the quantities were and like how to go about it, but she was wanting to change her life as well. And so about a week into it, Mom's taking care of the girls and the girls go home, and then she's like vacuuming and like just cleaning up around. Like, I'm like, Mom, what's going on? She's like, I don't know. I just got so much energy, like just rocking and rolling. And like the next day she was, you know, like up and about and doing the thing where the previous months I'd seen her and she would be sleeping on the couch the next day because she was just so wiped out. And I was just like, this is such a beautiful thing. Like, Mom's got super energy, like she's doing her thing. She went out and got herself a treadmill. So on the days off that she's not taking care of my nieces, like, she's like on the treadmill, like doing the thing. And I'm like, holy smokes, Mom, like, this is so sweet. And as she continues to do it, like, I'm noticing she looks like 10 years younger. And it's freaking amazing. Like, I went and visited her younger brother a while back, and he looks older than my mom does. And I'm like, holy moly, like, this is literally taking years off of my mom's life, I feel, and just added this excitement and this joy into her life. And like, it's just amazing. And it's just like, hey, like, just doing the thing, like, let's switch this up a little bit, let's switch that up a little bit, and let's add these things into our lives. And it's just been such a dream to be able to do that, and just to be there to support her and have her cruise along. And then I'm dating Sonia, and she was like, oh, let me hear about it. Let me do, let me try the things and let me try some of the shakes. And so when we were hanging out, like, I'd let her have some of the shake. She ended up coming on. And then, like, some of her family members noticed that she was going through a bit of a change. And she was like, oh, hey, I'll just bring them to you. And I was like, wait, why don't you join the team and, earn that income yourself? And she was like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I was like, yeah, sure you can. Like, we're here for you. And she was already meeting Rachel. She was already meeting Jessica. And like, she had come with me to a couple little meetups. And so she jumped on, and now she's kicking butt and she's doing the thing, and her mom's loving it and her sister's loving it and she's loving it. And it's like, all from, I guess, just the tree, right? Like, that's just kind of how it works. Just do the thing and introduce it as I'm learning, keep going through the funnel and just keep going through the things. And like, it's just so beneficial. And I just want to keep inspiring people and keep moving it forward to others. And, like, I watch the Fierce Friday with all the men on there. And I'm like, how do I get a hold of those dudes? Cause like, I want to get my boys involved, right? Like, I want to get the other men in my life. And I'm stoked to start on that journey and see if I can, start getting some of my male friends to be like, oh, hey, like, now we can like go for runs together and we'll have like super energy, or we'll, like, all the things that I'm benefiting from. and just go from there. So yeah, with support from the team, I'm gonna keep hustling. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, and I just want to say thank you to Rachel and Jessica and everybody that's on here, Tall, and yeah, just for just just for getting on here. Yeah, the ED thing, I don't know what that's all about. I got more energy than there is to do with it, and you know, like I've not had any of those issues, thank God. So life is good and moving forward, and so I just want to say thank you for this time, and thank you for letting me share my story, Rachel.
You're welcome. You had told me about your friend who had ED and how he recovered completely. So that's what I thought that you were talking about. But anyway,
Gotcha.
I had written him a personal message. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk about all the different things. And thank you, Ruben. Your mom's story is so moving to me, specifically because my father passed, and I feel like if I had gotten these products into him a year earlier, I could have saved his life. And so I feel like your mom's an example of moving the opposite direction of my father's trajectory. And so this is why this work is so important to me and why I feel so inspired to share it. So,
Oh yeah, I forgot to say the big one, right? With the soda intake thing. Like
yeah,
my mom was drinking like 3 to 4 sodas a day because like the sugar intake was like in her head or whatever it was, like her body was craving that. After like 3 or 4 days on product, she quit drinking soda stone cold. Like no soda, no coffee, like, and I think she might have had like 1 or 2 since, and it's just been in like little bits because she's like, it just tastes funny to me now. Like I just don't crave it. I don't want it. And just kicking that soda and that everyday 2 to 3 coffees out of her system as well, like it's just been, you know, like it's been a blessing as well. You know, she would have a soda for breakfast pretty much, and then like all the way into evening time just be sipping on sodas. And so like there's not a soda in the house now, and it's just a lovely thing to see that change, because I know that was taking away from her health and from her life source. So it's just a blessing.
well, congratulations. So I want, before I get into the products, and Lenith is going to go at the end, and before I get into like the products, are there any particular questions that people have who are on here that you'd like to, because then I could, when I'm talking about the products, I could share maybe kind of like what recommendations I have for you all and things like that. But we are going to talk about the ultimate lifestyle transformation plus performance. So anybody have any questions? Feel free to pop on or put them in the chat. And if not, we'll just share in general. Okay. So, all right, let's do it. Here we go. I'm going to talk about what's in the ultimate lifestyle transformation. So basically you get 4 of these different shakes. And these are, you can choose. I usually recommend you select, but this is the Super Meal Love Shake. This is one that I personally recommend for people who want hormonal balance and people who are, anyone who's struggling with like intestinal or bowel movements or issues with like either too loose or too firm, any of that, right? IBS, all that stuff. This is really helpful. The Power Shake is also really good. They all come in these sustainable, plastic-free, compostable bags, which I love so much. You just peel the sticker off and I literally just put it right into my compost. And this is made from hemp and bamboo. So there's 4 different shakes you can choose from. You get the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Customizable. If you get the Performance Pack, which is all the products. If you're athletic or you want to work out or you need an extra boost, like you want to replace coffee, you'd like some extra stuff to support you in your physical well-being, as far as athleticism or running or hiking, or if you're somebody who walks every day like I do, then there's the Performance Pack, which is, we'll talk about how that is combined. But there's basically 4 different products in this pack. So the Super Meal and the Power Shake and all the different shakes are incredible. It's like having 12 salads. You're basically having all the nutrients, pretty much all the nutrients you need, vitamins, minerals, everything is just packed with nutrition because there's spirulina in there. There's all kinds of superfoods in there. The super meal in particular has mushrooms as well as some herbs that are helpful for hormonal balance. The super aminos 23 is, it's a little bit bright. Here we go. The super aminos 23 is an incredible patented formula. This basically builds muscle in the body. If you're trying to lose weight, this will help turn fat into muscle. This is really incredible. This is also straight energy. This is going to totally help you kick the caffeine habit. If you feel like you're dependent on caffeine because you need energy, I hear over and over again that people stop feeling the need for caffeine at all because literally their energy goes through the roof. I had one woman say, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to give up coffee during this, but you know, I just don't know. And I said, well, it's up to you. I said, how much do you drink? She said, oh, I drink it like water. I start at 5 a.m. and I drink till about 2. I don't know, a lot. And I said, okay, well, you can just work on cutting that back, but you know, we'll just see what happens. And she said, on day 1 of the immersion, she said, wow. She sent a text message. It was like 6 o'clock night. She goes, guess what? She goes, I had my super aminos, I had my shake, I had everything today, my very first day. And she said, I woke up and had 1 cup of coffee and I forgot to drink coffee the rest of the day. And she literally, it's been years now and she's not drank coffee. So and she's had no withdrawals, she had no headaches. And some people can have withdrawals, but you never know, you might be lucky like her, just where it's just, hey, just kind of disappears. This is the Biomedic. This is our flagship product, another compostable bag. And this is really an important part of the regime. This removes glyphosate. This is a probiotic, a prebiotic, and a plusbiotic. So it removes glyphosate, which is weed killer, all right, which is an herbicide. And it's sprayed if you're in Sonoma County, where a lot of us are, you are just totally being saturated with this stuff because we live in wine country. If you're not, you probably live near a park, or you probably have sidewalks that have weeds on them that get sprayed, or you have freeways where they spray the sides of the freeways to get rid of the weeds. Glyphosate is sprayed everywhere. It is literally on all of our food. If you eat at a restaurant and you don't eat organic, you're getting riddled with this stuff. This stuff destroys the gut. Over time, the gut becomes compromised, and it also kills all the good bacteria in your body. So glyphosate is removed. Studies show that in 6 weeks, glyphosate is removed by 75%. And CRP, C-reactive protein, the inflammatory biomarker, is also reduced by 75%. So we'll talk about how you take all these things in a moment. And then we have our Apothecary Juice, which is our favorite. I just got some in the mail. I meant to open it before I jumped on here. But anyway, here it is. This is my favorite. This is really great for helping with deep sleep. So if you're a deep sleeper, you might sleep well through the night, but if you don't wake up rested, then you're not dreaming enough. So this will help improve dreams. And this is also helpful for healthy flow, right? Peristalsis. You can take it in the morning as well if you need a little aid. If you're constipated, this will help with the flow. In the evening, you take it to sleep. And in the morning, it doesn't make you tired, but at night it does because it has naturally occurring melatonin. And I like to drink it in a wine glass and just have a nice little evening aperitif. That's what it reminds me of. So yeah, it can like totally replace wine and help reduce reduce cravings for alcohol. All this stuff in general can help reduce all kinds of cravings because even alcohol is sugar craving. All right. So those are the 4 main products. There's also Super Cleanse, our urban. So you're going to get 2 of these. You get 2 of these. You're going to get 2 of these. You're going to get 4 of these. Okay. And this is basically 60 of your 90 meals. 60 of your 90 meals. Get that big. 60 of your 90 meals. All right. So for the cost of it is basically, $5.50 for your meal plus your probiotics and plus all your supplements twice a day. So $5.50 twice a day. So it's $11 a day for 2 meals plus all of your supplements every day for a month. Okay, and so that's what you do your first month. If you want to do the Performance Plus pack, or if you want to add in the Can't Beat This, which is an incredible, incredible pre-workout drink. It can be a coffee replacement. You can straight up just drink that in the morning instead of coffee. That has beets, and it has mate, and just a little bit of mate. Actually, what gives you the energy is the beets. So it's actually not the caffeine that gives you, or the matine. That actually, mate doesn't have caffeine, it has matine. All right. So this is something that can give you a nice boost of energy. You can use it as a pick-me-up in the afternoon, and it's good for you, and it helps me become more flexible. Literally, the days that I do Can't Beat This, when I do yoga, I can touch my face to my knees when I bend forward, straight when I do a forward bend, but I can't on the days I don't do it. It's so trippy. So I can really tell that it really changes. And that's also what's a great healthy product for men. It helps with erectile dysfunction. It helps with, it helps like move oxygen through the blood. And it's just an incredible, healthy product to have before a workout, after a workout, for energy throughout the day. And then the super xanthan is also included in that pack, which helps with the muscle recovery. Okay, so this is, so your body, if you're somebody who wants to work out, this is going to reduce soreness. And then super xanthan, I personally take super xanthan for my skin. It's an incredible, kind of like a skin tonic. It actually prevents the sun. It actually blocks out UVA and UVB rays, so it prevents sunburn. I'm not saying it can 100% prevent it, but it can really reduce the effects of the sun on the skin. It's an antioxidant, so it's just incredible antioxidant for your skin, for your muscles, and it's a red algae. Also, what comes in the performance pack is the, it has the cocoa hydrate, which is great for rehydrating after a workout, and it's great on these summer days just to have as a drink all day long to rehydrate for anybody. It also has the Aloe Digest, which is really a tasty drink. Aloe is just really great for you in the summer, very hydrating. If people have trouble with elimination, it can help with that. It helps with all kinds of forms of digestion. It's just very soothing for digesting. So you can have it with dinner. So that's what's in the performance pack. So there's Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. Like I said, for $11 a day, the Ultimate Lifestyle Plus Performance is 16, it's 17, basically almost $17 a day, or $17.45 a day. That's right. It's $17.45 a day. So it's basically your, $8 twice a day. That also comes with the MVP Sport Shakes, which are the mega vegan protein sport shakes. So if anybody of you wants to try the Ultimate Lifestyle Plus Performance Pack, it's a huge savings. It's like you save $174 on that pack because everything's together rather than if you piece it out. So the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Pack retails for $429. You can get it for $329 with the gift code of whoever invited you to this. It's $329. You can get $100 off, which is $11 a day. And then the Ultimate Life Performance Pack is $524. So if you do Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation plus Performance, it's $524. Okay, that includes the Can't Beat This, the Super Xanthan, and the other drinks that we talked about, plus the MVP Sport Shakes, which are high in protein, pea protein, all these different plant-based proteins. So I know people are going to ask a little bit about kind of like how this works. Like if you have questions about like what their plan is and all that, you can type them in the chat. And while you guys are getting your questions in the chat, we're going to just have Glennis share briefly his story on the spot.
I'm honored. Hi, everyone. Ruben, I got a men's story for you. I was recently doing some permaculture projects and working with some young people and digging some very deep holes in very ridiculous soil. Anyhow, the kids were amazed. They couldn't do it. The young people, right? I'm 69. And anyhow, when I started this program, it's been a while back now, I wasn't in the best shape. I was working 50 and 60-hour weeks with disabled clients, very stressful work. I had picked up a lot of weight despite really eating better than a lot of people, I think, and had a couple of bad habits, but the stress and everything combined was just doing me under. I was 40 pounds heavier and had sleep apnea as well as hypothyroid. And those things, that combination really wipes out your energy. So anyhow, I got on this due to Rachel posting something, an old friend from the arts, and I trusted her. So I got in it, and I was amazed the first month. I mean, how easy it was. I could just take it to work with me, the powders and the different things, and very satisfying. I wasn't hungry. It was easy to use. I was sleeping better. Probably shaved an hour off my needs of sleep every night and just feeling better. The first month, sitting in front of the mirror, Ruben, and looking at my body comparatively, because I had this massive gut, 7.5 inches off my gut, and I had dropped 25 pounds. I had a test for the sleep apnea that was already scheduled, just right about that time. Anyhow, I tested one breath from normal. So I was done with that CPAP machine. I just said, oh, gone, right? But I continued on. I use more of the products probably than a lot of people, but I love them. It's simple. And anyhow, my total loss, 40 pounds. The 5th month, I was able to get off hypothyroid meds. And just, I have vitality and hope now where I really didn't have it so much before. I'm pursuing my art. I'm retired now. And this, I love to help people with this. And my art is my passion. I'm learning great business skills from this, as well as just helping people. So anyhow, it's a blessing to work with this and the community that's here. And thank you.
You're the perfect example, Gleneth, of vitality and age, that it's like really, like, as we get older, we don't have to get tired, we don't have to get sick, we can like continue to keep our vitality and be youthful all throughout our lives. So thank you for being just like such an inspiring example. And so, would anyone like me to go over the protocol, or the daily core 4 is what people usually do ongoing. I usually recommend you do the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation or the ULT, we call it the ULT Plus Performance. Either one of those for the first 2 months. The first month you would do it as an immersion, where you do a 10-day prep, where you do everything once a day. You add it in once a day, like replace 1 meal a day, add it in once a day for 10 days. And then the next 10 days, you do the immersion. And then you're doing it 3 times a day. So this is where you're giving your body a cleanse, because you're just flooding your body with nutrients, and it's just taking all the toxins out. You have the super cleanse, our herbs during that 10 days, where it's just like flushing all the toxins out of your body. Also killing parasites along the way. And then you're eating, just like all kinds of really wonderful fruits and vegetables, produce throughout the day. And then the last 10 days is the lifestyle. So this is where you go into what's called the simple plan, where you're introducing regular meals back in. And so you're having the shakes and the supplements twice a day, replacing 2 meals a day, any 2 meals, doesn't matter which ones. And then you're having a regular meal sometime in the day, a clean and green meal. By this time, you will have removed so much of your cravings, and you will have started to stabilize a lifestyle of a new habit and a new pattern. Because habits and cravings are the 2 things that are usually people are the most scared of changing. And this helps you, because it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. So now once you've done this for 21 days, you're now moving into lifestyle, and you get to kind of see and stabilize what you've gained, right? Stabilize the gains of doing something different, stabilize the gains of feeling healthy and energized, and then being able to keep that, and like being able to see, oh, when I tried to add this back into my body didn't like it. You start to get to see like, oh, how my body responds to maybe dairy or things that you've eliminated. And then you can say, yeah, I want to keep that out of my diet, or maybe cookies or whatever it is. But you're not necessarily, you're going to still be expecting yourself to, we're going to still be committed to eating healthy those last 10 days. We're going to continue to expect to, we're going to continue to commit to eating healthy ongoing. This is a longevity thing. But by getting through just the first 30, you're going to prove to yourself that you can do it. And that's where the motivation comes in. Like, wow, I just did it. Wow, this feels really good. I can continue like this. I feel so good. I have energy. I feel on top of things. I have more clarity of mind. I have more, maybe I've lost weight, or if you're underweight, maybe I've finally gained the weight that I've been wanting to gain, whichever it is. You're going to start to trust yourself, and you're going to start to trust the process. And now you're going to have faith in like this works. And so then you're eating like clean and green meals, like, you know, your meals might be like brown rice with steamed veggies, tempeh, or if you're someone who eats meat and you want to have like, you know, protein that's, you know, that's non-plant-based, you're welcome to. I recommend trying to stay plant-based the whole 30 days so you can really give your liver and your kidneys a cleanse. But if you're going to eat meat, then you can do like chicken without the skin, make sure it's baked and not cooked in oils. We're just going to do no oil cooking through the whole time. If you do want to add oil, you can use coconut oil. Coconut oil is the best oil. Second best is avocado oil, but coconut oil is the best. But I would just say just a little spray, just a little enough, whatever you need just for like cooking. But don't, I would actually encourage that you water saute. If you're going to do vegetables and water saute them, I recommend. So this is going to really, the longer you can do this, the more your liver is going to have a chance to totally detox. Okay. So, and then the second month, I recommend doing the ULT as a lifestyle. So you're going to do it once a day, again, or sorry, twice a day ongoing. So what you just did the last 10 days of your first month, you're going to do for a whole good second month. And where you're doing the shakes twice a day, the super aminos twice a day, just like that. All right, same price. And you're going to just like continue through the month. You're going to do those super cleanser herbs again for 10 days. All right. And those are going to be to help kill all the eggs that have hatched from the last parasites, right? So you cleanse the first month, and then the second month, you're killing off all the eggs that have hatched since then. And now you're wiped. Now it's like you've done a clean slate. So you do want to do the super cleanser herbs 2 months in a row. And then after that ongoing, we recommend whatever you want to do. Some people stay on the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. They like to order it every month. And then some people will do the daily core 4, which is once a day. So it's just like once a day maintenance. But then you can, you know, what we do is the habits tend to creep back in, especially during the holidays. We can have things start to creep back in. So every season we actually do this transformation. I do this every season to kind of reset my cravings, to reset my taste buds, to reset my weight, to reset, you know, everything, to my metabolism, and also to just reset my new habits, my old, you know, because habits come back in. It's easy to start bringing the cookies back in, the chips back in, whatever the thing is, sodas. And so by doing this every season, you're kind of just reminding yourself, oh yeah, let me come back to like what I know works, right? And so you have this opportunity to join us every season. And we do this together. And we have a Facebook group where we're going to be sharing. I'll be doing my face yoga in the evenings, like 3 nights a week on the Facebook group. Tal does her workouts, I think 3 times a week at 10:30, I believe. They're like 20-minute workouts. They're short and they're good. And you'll sweat. You'll have fun. You just do what you can, right? And then Candace will be going live in the group with her embodiment practices. I think Azenia is going to be maybe offering meditations, and Deborah will be offering meditations. So there's lots available there. We also have a group messenger thread. If you prefer not to do Facebook, but you want the support, you can be on our group messenger thread. So just let whoever invited you know where you'd like to be if you'd like to have that support. And we can also just do 3-way check-ins. So we're here to support you along the way. I'd love to open up the group to any questions, if you have any. And if you're done and feel complete and you'd like to go, thank you for joining us. And we'll be here to answer questions in the group. In the group, you can also type in questions. There's a lot of vets, a lot of people who will be able there, and health coaches who can like answer, even health practitioners like myself, who can answer questions that you have. So we are here for you. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we'll go to questions.